All right, I think I'm ready to review this model now because I've been seeing a lot of issues regarding this model online, and I want to check mine out to see how many issues I have. But looking into this model from this blister packaging, I already saw QC issue on the water slide decal on the tire. So it's like rubbing off for some reason. I think it's rubbing on the blister packaging. And this car, by the way, raced in 2026 Bathurst in Australia. And I was hoping someone would make this car in 64 scale when I saw the Absolute Racing presentation about this 911. And I said, I hope Trans Hobby or, Spark would make a 64 scale model of that car because the livery is gorgeous, right? And I really like the kangaroo livery and also the yellow and black combination. So yeah, let's take a look. If you're interested, this is the blister packaging. So it comes with this card. It goes on top of that. But I already unboxed it so we can save some time. This is the card that comes with the model. I don't collect these, but it's cool that they added this. So it says here, it's from the 2026 Bathurst 12 hour. And of course, Porsche 911 GT3R 992 Absolute Racing, and it's licensed by Porsche, of course. And this is a GT show exclusive. So I had to pay a pretty penny for this to get it because it wasn't available in the US market. But I'm also planning to compare this to this Trans Hobby, the regular release. Yeah, let's take a look at the box first. And of course, you got your Trans Hobby logo up there, the image of the car, the artwork, I should say. Of course, the Maguire's Bathurst 12 hour. Porsche 911 GT3R in the front. And then it shows you the scale on top. And then I believe this is the car number, 117. And of course, it shows you one of its features is the opening bonnet. So we'll take a look at that later. And in the back, you'll see the Absolute Racing logo, Porsche license, and then their socials, Trans Hobby socials. And they're very active there. So check them out. But yeah, so here is the model. And let me show you the issue that I saw in the blister upon receiving it. So as you can see, the water slide decal on the sidewall is already coming off. It looks like it rubbed on something during transit. So I was praying that was the only issue because the rear decals looks fine. And then on the other side, this one's looks kind of worn out too. So I guess it rubbed on the blister in transit as well. And then this one in front, yeah, this one's pretty bad too. So I'm quite disappointed in that. Like I said, I was really looking forward to this model. And then when I receive it, it comes with like QC issues like that. So the Trans Hobby, I've said it many times on this channel. They are one of my favorite brands right now, but they need to do better, with QC stuff. So also I checked all the sponsors already. So I believe we have Quick, and then ckmodelcars.de down here, and then a couple more. They are accurate. Also the number box is accurate. You got your GT Intercontinental logo up there. Next 100 kilometers right there. These are all accurate. Even the Kayo decal there in the corner, and then the Fox Sports logo. Those are accurate. Side profile, yeah, I think it looks good. The tires rolls really good like the global one. But I'm gonna show you the difference between the tires here and the tires on the global one on the DTM Porsche. Because they changed something that I complained about on the DTM Porsche. In my last review, I don't know if you guys watch it. The thickness of the tires are a bit on the thinner side for me. They could have made the wheels a bit smaller and then make the tires a bit taller, a bit thicker. That's just my preference. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's just my preference. And as far as the stance goes, I think they nailed it. It's nice and low. I think the stance looked great. And then here's the front. And I also checked the decals already before doing this review. So Trans Hobby in the middle. In the middle of the bonnet, Porsche logo. It's painted Trans Hobby down there, right below the Porsche emblem. And then this is another issue that I think this is a QC issue, because I've checked many photos of this car online. It looks like some sort of webbing. And I thought at first it was a decal, right? But maybe I just can't compare. I can't find any photos with this thing on the top of the Kangaroo. So let me know if this is supposed to be part of the livery. Like I said, I haven't seen any photos with that webbing on top of the Kangaroo. So, and one thing, this is not accurate, by the way, because the real car, the one that actually raced in Bathurst, the air jack hole is actually on this side. It's on the right side. I think Trans Hobby got lazy here, unfortunately. And I think they used the same casting as the DTM, because the DTM, this one's accurate. The DTM, the air jack hole is on the left. But in Bathurst, if you, I'm going to post a photo here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. The air jack's supposed to be on the right. Headlights, very, very clear. And then very detailed inside as well. Let's see, the canards. I don't like the canards, how it is like part of the casting. Usually Mini GT, Tarmac, who else is made? Spark. They make the canards separate, like a separate piece. So, but this one is part of the casting. I guess for durability, that's better, right? So it won't like come off if you hit it by accident. But at the same time, it's not really detailed and defined. Now let's take a look at what's inside this this hood. I'll show you the side-by-side comparison later. But from what I can tell, the details inside, all the components are the same, except for this middle part here. In DTM, that is gold, and this one's more like silverish. I think it's more like silver than gold to me. And then those components here on the right, I think that those are for cooling. They just added they painted the top like black, whereas in the DTM it's just painted in light gray. So, but that's about it. Now let's take a look at the top. Of course, you got your Absolute Racing logo on the roof, and then there's your there's also a cutout here, but not like a real cutout, but there is a roof hatch here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little bit of lines there that would indicate that there is a roof hatch, which is accurate. Also, the one thing I don't like is they didn't add the antenna. A banner is accurate. Your GT Intercontinental GT Challenge on the banner, 911 here, and then they even added the LED panel here for. Sometimes they put the driver's name or like the 3-letter abbreviation name on the LED panel. Sometimes a number or their position during the race. And then here on the back, the rear window, I think this is accurate as well. It's kind of tinted in yellowish, and I think this is also an LED panel on the rear. Porsche lettering on the wing looks really, really good. Trans Hobby on the side of the wing. It's right there, both sides. Yep. And the wing support, I love the wing support. I like how they do it. It's really accurate. See those gaps on the wing support? Really, really nice. On the rear, I think the rear looks good as well. The acrylic taillight looks really, really nice. And Porsche lettering in the middle, Pirelli on both sides. The exhaust, I like how they did the exhaust here. It looks metal to me. Dual exhaust, of course, nicely painted, and of course carbon fiber rear diffuser. So, and unfortunately, this is supposed to be like a tow hook, the red tow hook, but it's just like a metal thing that is protruding, and then they painted it in red. So it's not really a hook. if you know what I mean. You got your Maguire's logo on both sides, by the way. Absolute Racing, yeah, both sides as well. Base, it is metal, which is good news. Not a lot of details. And here's another thing that I don't like, because this Absolute Racing lettering should be more on top, not at the bottom. And I'll try to post a picture right here for comparison. So yeah, as far as that, as far as the car, I mean, it's mostly accurate except for the missing antenna. This one is, yeah, should be on the right instead of left. So, and let's go ahead and do a side-by-side comparison with the DTM version. So, and I guess let's talk about the canards first. Or what? Actually, no. Let's talk about the tires first. So here's the tires. The tires are the same, right? And they're good rollers. And of course, the sidewall does not have, they're not the same, obviously, from different race. This one's the Pirelli P0s, and actually they included the red markings as well, which is cool. And of course, DTM, different race, right? Different regulations, so they don't have the P0 or that red marking on the sidewall. So, but here's what I'm talking about. Check this out. So they're supposed to be running slicks, but this model for some reason have tire threads. I don't know why. They look like road tires to me. And also the canards. The canards are part of the casting. Like I said, usually Mini GT, Tarmac, those are separate pieces. But for Trans-Hobby, it's part of the mold. So, which is, I don't know how I feel about it, because it looks better if there are separate pieces. But at the same time, I get why they did this, because they break easily. So I guess you can choose. It's just a preference thing at this point. So inside, and that's the other thing, the biggest thing, I guess. Let me open this. Inside the frunk. All right, here we go. So I hope you guys can tell the color difference of that metal thing in the middle. It looks more gold here on the right. And then see those components on the right? I don't see any black dots on top of it. Whereas here they added that black dot on top. So I guess it represents like maybe like a cover. But yeah, those are the only differences between these two castings. The color, the components are the same. It's just the paint is different. The tires are different, which is, in my opinion, they improve it. This is more accurate since they're running slicks instead of road tires. Wheel size are the same. Yep. And also, I'll put a photo on this because they're missing the witness marking, or they're missing the witness marker here, or the torque witness marker on the rear tire, because the wheels, two of the spokes were painted during the race. But I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's just something that I've noticed. I'll post a photo here. And I think that's it. I think I covered all of them. Can I recommend this? It's kind of hard because, it's just pure luck at this point, right? So, because you're paying for a pretty penny to get this. I don't know if you are willing to roll the dice and hopefully you get like a good copy of this car, then go ahead. A message to Trans-Hobby. Hopefully, I mean, you guys are my favorite brand right now, or one of my favorite brands right now. So I hope you get better at QC, because especially for event exclusive model like this, you gotta be better, man. I mean, especially like the simple stuff like the water slide decals on the tires. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one.